Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, racism.
Yeah.
And it was all Gene Roddenberry's fault. Today we're watching an episode called The Ultimate Computer.
Oh.
Which I think is the most 60s ass title ever.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder if this will play into the 60s sphere of technology.
See, Trek has in the past, but at the same time it sort of embraces it. It all depends on who's writing for the week, I think. So, I guess we're going to find out. So, be sure to join us in a second. We're going to get into post-episode thoughts. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch The Ultimate Computer. So it was, in fact, 60s fear of computers, which totally works.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I really like this.
Well-executed paranoia of technology.
Yeah. I think one of the best, ship-only episodes we've had so far. I've really enjoyed this one.
I want to say this. It is 60s fear of technology overtaking humanity. But the episode does also point out that, the mechanization of society has already happened, and we've already moved forward and found new jobs in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It points out the positive of technology moving in.
Mm-hmm. Though a lot of this is steeped in the typical 60s technophobia.
Oh, totally.
That existed at the time. And so in that aspect, some things about this episode haven't aged the best, I think, but also we've been able to take this message and been able to make it more relevant nowadays than it was when this episode was actually made.
Right. There are still relevant aspects of this fear. Yeah,
exactly. But honestly, that's probably the least interesting thing about this episode. I love the characters in this.
It was a great character piece for a lot of people.
Not just our regulars, but I want to talk about Dr. Daystrom, who I absolutely loved. I thought he was fascinating.
I really loved his performance. I thought he was a great character.
There are some really great, scary moments where he looks really excited talking about the M5, and you can just see this insanity behind his eyes. It's played super well, perfectly sets up the way his character ends in the episode. I really, really loved him. I thought he was fascinating.
I also thought he had a really fascinating character history, and how he's super important to the Star Trek history in period.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. But I loved this. I thought it was so great. And then Commodore Wesley, who also ended up being a really great character too. He was just kind of there at the start to give Kirk his mission, but then throughout the rest of the episode, I thought he was actually really interesting when he became part of the M5 testing. Mm-hmm. Because suddenly the M5 is turning on these Starfleet ships that Wesley is commanding, and they are and for the most of the time, Wesley thinks that it's Kirk attacking him, which does lead to a pretty funny moment. Because Wesley is oh my god, Kirk is attacking me. How could this happen? And he contacts Starfleet about this. He's like, Starfleet,
the Enterprise is attacking me.
Kirk is attacking me. What do I do, guys? He doesn't mention that there's a fucking experimental AI commanding that ship at the moment.
No.
Which is to the point where and probably the strongest moment in the whole episode. It's played really well. Which goes back to the part earlier when Wesley is commenting on how well the M5 is doing so far, actually. And what does he call Kirk? I forget. Captain Dunce, right?
Something
Captain
like
Dunsley,
that.
yeah.
Dunsley, yeah. Dunsley.
And it's Dunsel. But yeah, I just thought that was just really, really interesting, and just Kirk responds to this by just fucking walking away. And also we get two really great scenes between Kirk and McCoy throughout this episode. I guess I'll talk about my preferred one of the two now because I'm on that scene, but McCoy brings Kirk these two drinks, and he talks about, highly recommended or prescribed or whatever. Just a great scene between the two of them. I really loved it. But also I loved the initial scene between them when Kirk first learns about the M5 and Daystrom taking over, and you see how fascinated Spock is by this. That Spock totally disregards Kirk in that moment because, as McCoy puts it, he finally found the right computer, which I think is incredibly funny. But that said, Spock's role in this episode I think is really fascinating because he doesn't quite It's not like he sees the M5 and he has this undying loyalty to a logical computer like himself.
He doesn't turn team anti-Kirk.
Yeah, he recognizes, as he says at the end of the episode, he's like, they're more efficient, but I don't think they're better than humans. You know, he even has this great moment when he's talking to Kirk before Wesley makes that initial analysis of the M5, and he's like, you know, like they will still have you. Like, one man still must control a ship. Like, you know, they will always have you.
Right. People don't have a loyalty to machines, they have loyalty to people.
Yeah, which I really, really loved. I thought that was cool. But also, I wonder if this is a concept that could be developed upon in future Star Trek series. Maybe not Daystrom as a character specifically, but can we take the M5 further in other shows, I wonder?
I think it's totally possible. I think it would be very interesting to see how you develop the M5. I guess it'd be a different M number, obviously, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I wonder what kind of system you could turn that into.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of system does the M5 seem to be more appropriate with? It seems to be more appropriate to, like, a space station than a ship.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love it. There are so many things you can do with this, I think, and yeah, just a great episode for that. I also love really the bit where it destroys the robot ship, basically.
The ore carrier, whatever.
Yeah,
they actually call
it's not. There's not anyone on it, and it destroys it because it's in the way. But they berate Daystrom for this, and it's like it you know, it didn't kill any life forms. But yeah, what if it did have life forms? The M5 didn't make a distinction between the two. It was just,
it was like, here's a ship, and it's kind of in my way.
Yeah, so it like, I have this set course. It's in my path, so I just fucking destroyed it. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool moment. I enjoyed that. But yeah, a lot of the scenes I really loved were just Daystrom like defending the M5 when he even when it's actively killing people. Like, it kills a red shirt, which of course it does.
Right.
But it kills one of the, because Kirko was only able to take like him and 19 other people on this. And I think one of them had to be Daystrom, right?
One of them had to be Daystrom. It had to be.
So it's the crew of 20. It kills one of those 20. And Daystrom is still defending that in that moment. And that's one of those moments where I was talking about, like, there's just this insanity behind his eyes. You can see this fanatical inventor.
And I like that it doesn't really click what's super wrong, because he says that the killing of the Retro was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clearly not an accident when the M5 destroys and kills everyone on the Excalibur.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just love that. And we briefly touched on it, but culminating in Daystrom's arc is this wonderful moment where he's trying to plead with the M5 to stop killing, and he you know, it turns into this big rant about like how he was about how he made this so that he could be seen as better among his peers, and like, it just, I don't know, I thought I called it out as like a Doctor Who villain moment where, you know, he just like lays out his whole philosophy and what motivates him, and I don't know, I thought it worked. Just really great stuff. Yeah, love that.
He's definitely a character I think would be interesting to see, not in a different light. Like, I think I just would like to see maybe more of this character's past, even.
Yeah, definitely. But I do like the way that Kirk defeats the M5 in the end, though.
Right. Because it's built off Daystrom. Like, it's a computer mind. It's like it's built like a brain, mm-hmm. and it's Daystrom's brain.
Yeah.
So Kirk basically uses his Daystrom's personal philosophy to tell it what it did was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that. I really liked that. That was an awesome episode.
That was a very good episode.
Yeah. And now we have 2 episodes left this season.
That's really crazy.
Yeah. Almost done with the first 2 seasons of TOS, and then it's time for, I believe, the bad one, I guess?
I mean, that seems to be its reputation.
Yeah, so I don't know, I guess we'll see. In the meantime, we're going to enjoy these last 2 episodes, so be sure to join us, hopefully enjoy these last 2 episodes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek the Original Series. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.